On this episode, we're going to be talking about differentiating yourself from your competitors and what you can do to bring value to your customers. Welcome to the Photography Business Mastery for Moms podcast. This podcast is designed specifically for moms who are passionate about photography and entrepreneurship. If you're a mom with a photography business, striving to achieve balance between growing your business and spending quality time with your family, you're in the right place. In each episode, we delve into the strategies, tips, and insights tailored to help you thrive in both your professional and personal life. From marketing techniques to time management hacks, we provide tangible information to help you scale your photography business while prioritizing your family. Join us as we explore how to navigate the unique challenges and joys of being a mompreneur in the photography industry. Let's empower each other to achieve success and fulfillment in both our businesses and families. So first, I want to start with sharing a podcast that I listened to yesterday from Jasmine Star. Jasmine Star was a photographer, and now she has worked into business coaching, content creation, things like that, and has online courses. And I still listen to her because I am creating an online course. I love her for the content. I love her for social media content as well. So when I was listening to her podcast yesterday, it was posted on February 20th, 2024. It's called How to Price Your Offer to Increase Sales. I was just listening as I was editing, and I just had this aha moment, and I had to share it with you. So this is like a podcast that I typically would record next week, but it was like, I have to talk about it now. So I just want to play 1 minute. It's not at minute 9 to 10 minutes. But the whole thing is really, really good. So I highly suggest you go over to her podcast, Jasmine Star, The Jasmine Star Show, How to Price Your Offer to Increase Sales, and follow her. But I'm going to play this minute real quick.
Well, I want to start by talking about why pricing is so critical for your business success. Now, I'm going to state the obvious. Your price directly impacts your bottom line. Now, sometimes people feel like, oh, I feel it's awkward. It's this. Like, no. I understand. Maybe it's a delicate dance between the value you provide and what your customers are willing to pay. Now, when you price something correctly, your business not only covers its cost, but it generates a profit. Now, here's where I want to have a little bit of a caveat. I speak to many business owners who say, well, my offer is worth this much. And I'm like, great, wonderful. Has the market paid that much? Because we have this direct connection to what it is we produce. If you paint, if you write, if you take photos, if you sell dentures, if you sell contracts, you're part of that process. And so you say, this is worth that much. But if the market doesn't pay for it, the market has spoken, it's not worth that much.
Right. So listen to the whole podcast, but that 1 minute, literally exactly a minute, I was like, oh my God, it's so true. It is so true. We're in a market shift right now with photography that a lot of luxuries people are holding off on because of this economy. The economy is so crazy. Inflation is insane. People are prioritizing things other than luxury items. Photography is one of them. Photography is something that is not a necessity in this world. Do we, as photographers, want it to be a necessity for legacy and for looking at it 20 years from now? Absolutely. But if someone is going to decide between putting food on the table or a photo shoot, they're going to put the food on the table. It's just common sense. So I wanted to talk about giving value to your customers, and does your price work for the market? Just like Jasmine said, are you busy? Are you busy in business? Do you feel like you're getting inquiries in, but they're not booking because of price, because of value? Are they saying they're going to somebody else because they're less expensive or they provide a different service? That's something you need to be using in your statistics and analytics so that you can know where things need to change. A changing pricing structure or a changing way of doing business is okay. You can change the way you do things to better yourself for your company. You don't have to be embarrassed if you are doing $4,000 sales last year and now we're down to average of $1,000. That is where the market is going. So you want to look at your pricing. And if you're not booking clients, you need to reassess those pricing. I want to market to the 60% of Americans who value photography and make sure to budget for it. I am not a photographer that is going to have my prices more than someone's mortgage. If someone wants to go that high and do multiple wall pieces, of course they can. But typical pricing with me averages about $1,000. We get clients all the time that come in. And so, does your price work for your market? You need to know where clients are coming from. Number one, are they paying your prices, or are they coming and are they negotiating prices? We don't want to be doing that. And do they value your prices and the products that you offer? These are things that you should be taking care of in your business, such as your statistics and your analytics. If you use a client management system or if you use a Google Doc, I use Google Sheets. I have Honeybook as my CRM system, but it's not as easy to track those types of things. Sometimes clients will say they found me on Google, but really they found me on social media. Or we also track where sales are coming from. So, which package are they doing? If they don't book with us, where did they go or why did they go somewhere else? You need to keep analytics and statistics of all of this so that you can reassess your pricing if you need to. If your services are flying off the shelf, then your pricing is obviously too low and you need to increase that pricing so that you can work a little bit less but still serve a good amount of clients. If you are priced too high, you're going to get the inquiries in, but they're not going to be buying. They have a certain budget set in mind. Everybody has a budget. If they don't have a budget, they are the one percenters and they are not my type of client. I want to be able to market to many types of clients who have a budget, but they also value photography. The one percenters, there's so many less of those that I don't even want to try and go for them. I want the people that really value it and want to have it for the rest of their lives. Let's talk about value in photography. Market research is very important. So, yes, you need to look at your competitors and what they are doing in their business, not their style, not their poses, not the types of things they are doing photography wise. What are they doing customer service wise or on their website wise that you can do better and give a better value to your clients? So, one thing that I offer in my business of Stinsman Photography is including hair and makeup with maternity and newborn sessions. It's one less thing that clients have to worry about, especially when they're 36 weeks pregnant. It is scheduled out for them. They don't have to worry about getting hair and makeup or even having to travel to hair and makeup. Either my hair and makeup artist will go to them at their home, depending on the schedule, or they will come here and have everything done here right in studio. And then we shoot right after that. Only one other person in my vicinity, and I say vicinity is because she's about an hour away from me. So yes, clients do travel 1 to 2 hours for me as well, but the type of clientele that she is marketing to is completely different than my clientele. So I don't really consider her competition. So one thing that differentiates me from local competitors, newborn and maternity photographers, is I include hair and makeup for my clients. Now, does that mean my pricing is higher? Yes, it is. We have a session fee that includes the hair and makeup, and then they purchase after their session. We find a lot of clients actually love that because then they see their pictures and then they decide on what package they like. If they feel like they didn't have such a great session and then they only have 3 pictures to choose from or 5 pictures to pick because that's what was included in their session, they're going to do that. But what I love about this is we shoot so many different types of styles. We do 3 different sets for each session. Maternity, newborn, we definitely do much more, but let's talk maternity, even family sessions. And then they see their pictures and they're able to look at them at a better light, either right after their session or through an online Zoom consultation. So that's the next thing that differentiates myself from my competitors is I do a design consultation through Zoom to go over all expectations that clients have. Think to yourself, do you have time to do a 15 to 20-minute Zoom, sometimes quicker? Honestly, if a client has zero idea what they want to do, I love being able to screen share with them different types of sessions so that we can get the vibe that they're going for. I had a client that was like, I literally have no idea. I just know that I want maternity photos to capture this time. So we decided to look at a more casual, laid back session and a more formal session. And she liked both. So we did a mixture of both. We did a casual corner with our white sheer area. And then we also did a bedtime set where it's more comfortable in bed. And then we did a formal black turtleneck dress that gave her that timeless, trendy feel as well. So think and see if design consultations is something that would work in your business. What I also love about it is I typically work from 8:30 a.m. after I drop the kids off to school until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 2 to 2:30, I am doing box openings, packaging, things like that. So at 1:30, no matter if I have a newborn maternity cake smash in the morning, at 1:30, I have an opening for a Zoom consultation. Like I said, 15, 20 minutes. If we get really chatty, maybe 30. But that is most likely with a past client, and we're talking about her past kids and things like that. Another thing that can differentiate yourself from your competitors is an ordering appointment. Yes, this is called in-person sales. You can either do it in person or you can do it through Zoom. Still technically in-person sales. You're face to face with your client. So I truly love same day ordering appointments, and a lot of my clients do as well. So we'll do their session. Takes about 10, 15 minutes to upload onto the iPad. And then we use Shoot and Sell to look at the photos, and literally they could swipe back and forth. Super easy to be able to click love, maybe, or no. And then we look at which piles they have in the end. So easy for them to either bring it down to the 15 with their love pile, or if they have 100 images in their love pile, most likely they're not able to get down to 15. So that is where I can help them and talk to them what their decision is or what questions they have. We talk about the products as well and things that will make it easy for them. What I love about my packages as well, which differentiates myself from my competitors, is my packages include products. Do we get the question of just doing digital images? Absolutely, we do. And the reason why we don't just do digital images is because we are a full service boutique photographer. That type of clientele is not our type of clientele, and that's okay. Have we had clients say, can we swap out an album for maybe a wall piece? Absolutely. That's something we are changing up for this year, that there's more options included with their package. Cost of goods are around the same of whatever the product is, so that they have that choice between prints, wall art, or album in their package. That is going to differentiate myself from other competitors. And sometimes people may say, have you ever had like a negotiator, someone who wants to negotiate on pricing? So and so does this for 500, but your package is 800. That's completely fine. The services that we do and provide for you is the satisfaction guaranteed, which also differentiates myself from my competitors as well. So I make sure that no matter what it is, my client is going to be happy with the end result. A lot of photographers will say, don't come back and ask for additional edits. Don't come back and ask for this or that. That is not good customer service. Even if it's something that is normal routine for us, like a Photoshop action or something, and the client doesn't like it, I can't say to them, well, that's too bad. That's how I edit. It doesn't work that way. My goal is customer satisfaction. Another big one that differentiates myself from my competitors is we guarantee our photos back within 2 weeks. Now, technically our goal is a week, but we say 2 weeks just in case of emergency. We just had an issue with Wi-Fi issues for a few days, so we couldn't get galleries out. So clients were expecting them within 2 weeks. They still got them within 8 days from their session. So I highly recommend that you give your client a timeline, because that is also going to reduce the amount of emails with questions of when do I see my photos? When do I get them? Before clients leave, I always say edits take 2 weeks. Our goal is a week, but just in case of any problems, 2 weeks is the maximum. Everybody completely understands. Do you know how many text messages I have gotten? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got my photos back within 4 days. It just worked out that we shot on a Thursday and my editor was working on Saturday and I got them out Saturday night. So having clear-cut examples and explanations for your clients so that they know exactly what's going to happen, but also under promising and over delivering is going to give them that shock factor as well. Another thing that differentiates myself from my competitors is I provide a lot of maternity gowns. We have over 60 in our closet, and we have them online so that the clients can look and see as well. So if they're going for a certain color, we'll pick 3 to 4 different styles for them to choose from. And when they're here for their maternity or newborn session, they can try them on, see what works best for them as well. Some of my competitors do, but a lot of them only provide a few here and there. But I have every style of gown that you could choose from. Is that something that you think you can do in your business? Can you provide gowns or outfits for your clients to be able to style them as well? And that also goes back to the design consultation, where if a client picks one of your gowns, say it's we have our princess white pearl dress, you're going to talk to them about their partner and what they are going to wear. If there's siblings involved, what they are going to wear, and it makes it easy on the client as well. Adding value for your client. So what I really love with first birthday sessions is we partner with a local bakery and we send them a picture of what the client wants, and they have it ready the day before the session. I always pick up the day before because if there's any problems, knock on wood, if I accidentally drop the cake, there's time to be able to remake it. You never want to be in a situation where day of cake isn't ready, they didn't confirm, oh my gosh, it fell on the floor, we're remaking it right now. You don't want to be in that situation. So I highly, highly recommend picking up the day before. This also takes a job away from your client that makes it easier on them. They don't have to remember a cake. They don't have to order it themselves. You add whatever the cost of the cake is to their final ordering appointment, and it's done for them. The more you can do for them to make their life easy, the better they are going to feel and want to come back multiple times. I want to go back to market research from your competitors as well. So we talked about the customer service aspect and what you're going to do to differentiate yourself. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to compete on pricing, because you're going to be doing so much more for your clients, design consultations, picking up cakes, offering different products, offering gowns. That is something that is going to be different than your competitors. You also can do phone calls. So we have a phone call with every single one of our inquiries that comes in. And we have so many clients that say, oh my God, this has never happened before. I love having this conversation and I can ask questions. And so there's not a lot of back and forth emailing. So we also go over all of our full pricing as well. There's so many newborn, I've seen recently newborn photography pages on Facebook where these clients are saying that the clients didn't, where these photographers are saying that the clients didn't know about the pricing. They said they didn't know, they didn't read the pricing. But there's so many points of contact that you can make so that clients know the pricing. That's your initial phone call. That's sending an email with the pricing PDF or pricing guide. Day of your session, design consultation, going over any products or any questions they have. I always say, so you had the PDF, you went over pricing. Do you have any questions about those products? Sometimes they'll say, well, what does this look like? What does that look like? And I have my products right here to be able to show them, and we do it right through Zoom or in person. It's very rare we do a design consultation in person. We do have a few local people that have come into the studio, which is totally fine. You just have to find a better scheduling option for that. But what I love about the Zoom consultations is the 1:30 p.m. or I do 7 p.m. only on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my work days. So you would just have to figure out a day that works best for you and your business. And we're going to go back to episode number 2 with the know, like, and trust factor. What are you doing on social media for your potential clients or clients that follow you now that are going to know, like, and trust you? We are out of the portfolio phase of Instagram. People want to get to know their photographer, get to know who the business is and what their values are before they come in for a session, or if they keep following them. So I highly recommend you get your face on social media. Still post your portfolio here and there. You want to show variety, but I highly recommend you do reels with photos and examples of your work. Reels are just popping off these days. locally and with other photographers too, if you like to follow other photographers. I personally don't follow many photographers because then I get into that imposter syndrome. So I try not to. But making sure you are posting at least once a day. Yes, I said it. You can schedule it too. So you can also, I think we talked about this in the last podcast, putting testimonials on your social media, sharing your client stories. If your client is sharing your photos, you're sharing them to your stories. Like it's little things like that. A big thing for me is for that know, like, and trust factor is everybody knows I'm a mom and I share funny mom memes, funny TikToks, even inspirational stuff too. So like this is getting them to know you and like you. And it's so much easier for them to be able to trust you. So let's review for today. Go back and listen to Jasmine Starr's most recent episode on February 20th. It is a game changer. She does talk more about like online courses and things like that, but you can always twist things into your own business. The biggest thing is the market going to pay for your pricing? And we're looking at a big market shift right now. So if you're not getting bookings in, but you're getting the inquiries in and they're not booking, you need to look at that pricing. You need to look at the value that you're providing your client and what can you do different or what can you add. Don't give a discount. Don't reduce your pricing unless there is nothing coming in and you have so much value in that pricing, then you need to reevaluate things. It's not a bad thing to bring your pricing down, maybe change the value aspect of it, but be able to provide a wonderful experience for your client. Reevaluate, and it's okay. You can change things up. I know it's scary. It's scary increasing price as well, but you don't have to be scared. This is a market shift. Everybody's going to be shifting a lot of things right now. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you liked it, please give us a 5-star review and share with your friends. This episode is sponsored by Flowdesk. Flowdesk is the most modern, beautifully branded newsletter system for photographers. Use our affiliate link below for a free trial and 50% off your first year.